Are you able to hear Mwalimu? Are you able to hear Mwalimu? Thank you so much. So there are a few things, if you guys have not watched this one called the index and match, there are few things we can put out of our way. Now, assuming, ladies and gentlemen, you have two columns here. You have two columns here. Assuming you have two columns here, we have one column where we have employee's name like Joshua, and then we have another column here where we have another name, second name, Aura. And then you would want, so this is a first name, and then we have what we call a last name. And then you want, in this case here, to concatenate. You want to concatenate. Concatenation. You want to put them together. That's first and what here? First and last. This is so important for you as an accountant. So to concatenate is to put together. To concatenate is to marry two or more strings, right? So this could be, Joshua is one string, Aura is another. So if you want to put them in one cell, these two names in one cell, then we talk of concatenation. So then what you will come and do is to say equals there, and then you say concatenation. You say here concatenate, it's here, concatenate, the second one. To concatenate, the second one. So this second one is what you pick there and put there. Once you say concatenate, it asks you, which text do you want to put together? So you'll come and pick Joshua, right? You can see here they want you to put a comma. So you say comma, and then you pick the second string. You pick the second text, so which is Aura. And then if you wish, you can close bracket, and then you say Control, Enter. So you can see it has brought Joshua Aura. However, there is one problem. There is no space in between. There is no space in between. So I would want you guys to do me a favor. I would want you to try don't use my names. Go to some blank Excel sheet there, put your names there, and if possible, share your screen with us. We see how you're trying to put how you're trying to concatenate the two, even without a space in between. And then I'll be able to show you how to put the space, So everybody is doing this as an exercise. So please try in this case here to do what here, to share your screen. Try to share your screen. Try to share your screen with us. Don't fear anything. Actually, if you have understood nothing, you are the best placed person to share your screen, because sharing the screen is really helping you to understand. Like I can see Anthony Odhiambo. So start by writing the name, first name there, which is Anthony. Anthony. The second one, which is what here? Odhiambo. Thank you so much. Don't worry about even the spellings. I don't mind about the spellings. So please go to a new cell and concatenate the two. Concatenate. No. There is a yes. The second one now. Concatenate. That one. Yes. Great. So please pick the text like that. Comma. Odhiambo. You close. Enter. Can be Control Enter or just Enter. So his is so nice. It's coming with what here. It's coming even with a space, like most of you are telling me, Mwalimu, mine came up with what here with a space. Mine is even spaced out. So meaning that you guys must be having superior Excels. Let me see where there are other ninjas who are sharing their screens. I can see Lillian. Thank you, Lillian. Now it is time to know Lillian's second name, Baraza. Great. So already, Lillian, you have done it. You know, you've already done it. You know how to do it. People who are sharing Lillian are the ones who have not understood the concept really. I want the ones who have not understood the concept to share. If you have, who is this calling me, Joshua Auro? Who is this? This must be this friend of mine from Sudan, right? That's interesting, man. Great. So kindly go ahead and concatenate. It doesn't matter how the spellings are. Okay. Josephine David, already you have concatenated. So please allow me. Already you have done that, William Baraza, isn't it? Already you have done it. You've done it. Please remember, People who are sharing the screens are the people who have not gotten the concept, so that I can get a chance of showing them. If you've gotten the concept, don't even share. I can see I may decide to me a concat, which is still okay. Okay, so close brackets there. William Baraza. Now listen and listen to me very well. For the students who are not able, could you kindly give me control? Please give me control. Give me control of this thing. Give me control now, so that I can stop these guys who are sharing and they know how to do it. You can see like now, Felicitas 𝐂𝐈𝐅𝐀 has even gone a step further to concatenate 3 strings, 3 names. You are a brilliant person. You're a brilliant person. Concatenate, enter. Yeah, so the only thing that I need to teach you is how to put spaces in between. How to put spaces in between, because there are some examples where spaces will never be. Mwanza, why you're calling me Joshua? Auro will discuss about that. Utalipa mbuzi tano. So please go ahead and concatenate. So equals. Do I have the host? Concatenate. Pick that one here. So Joshua, comma, or you put Aura, great, we shall overcome. Great. Yours is even coming with space. So thank you very much. So I'll stop in this case here, you guys, from sharing. I'll use the greedy model. I'll stop you guys from sharing. I'm sorry, because of this time. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'll stop you guys from sharing. Great. So let me know whether you guys are able to see my screen. Let me know whether you guys are able to see my screen, not the student screen. Are you guys able to see my screen? Thank you so much. Now, for the students who did not get space, this is how we create the space. So escape there. Then I should be able to start from scratch. So this is how I'll get the space. I'll come and say concatenate the second one. Always work with the second one. So this concatenate, pick the first text, which is Joshua. You say comma, and then you say open quotations, space, close quotations, comma. You pick Aura there. And then once you do that, when you say enter, you'll be able to see now this thing coming with water with space. I'm repeating again. What I've done, I've said equals. I'm using the concatenate. I can see it is coming there. So I'll be able to pick. I will pick Joshua, the first word. I say comma. Then there is the open quotation marks. In some bad keyboards, the open quotation is called mali at. After JKL semicolon, open, you must say shift for the open quotation to come. And then you put a space bar, and then you close, and then you take the you have to say comma to separate, comma, and then you pick Aura, right? And then you close there, and then you say enter like that. All right. If, for example, we have here Veronica Katunge like that. So if I've done the first concatenation for Vero and any other person who is down here, I don't have to keep on repeating the formula. I'll only come and drag this formula down, and it gives me Vero Katu like that. Nice thing. Excel is a nice thing. So is there somebody who has been able to do this? Is there somebody who has been able to do this? Is there somebody who has been able to do this? Is there somebody who has been able to do this? Especially using 2 names. Thank you. I can see ladies here would really know how to dance. Great, Fozia. Great. So I would want to give a chance. Great. Please remember, it's not all about dancing. If you've not understood, you can give us a crying face, or just say R for repeat. Don't go with everybody's dancing style here. Don't dance when you are inside. From inside, you are crying. Same. If, for example, thank you for asking that question. Assuming in this case here, for example, I have here, which name now do I use here really? I can see we have 𝐂𝐈𝐅𝐀, Mwangi. I always encourage people to intermarry like myself. Then we have James, like that. So then what I'll do, I'll come here and say concatenation. Then I'll be able to pick that concatenation. I pick the first string, which is 𝐂𝐈𝐅𝐀. I say comma, open quotation, space, close quotation, comma. I pick the second one, which is Mwangi, and then I say comma, open quotation, space, close quotation. I say comma, and then I come and pick James Mwangi, like that, and then I close because this is the last one, right? And then I enter like that. So you can see it's giving me James 𝐂𝐈𝐅𝐀 with a space, Mwangi with a space in between. I think I've done justice to this. And remember, you can also concatenate using this sign. It's called the ampersand. It's called the ampersand sign, but I don't have to teach you how to concatenate using ampersand. Nowadays, we have a functionality. Initially, before they brought this function called concatenation, used to use the ampersand sign. Thank you so much. So because there is nobody who is asking a question, then I should be able to go to the last thing. Can you use this formula also? Yes, you can use this formula, the ampersand, yes. But now you can see it brings issues here where you are, it has a lot. It has a lot here, Gideon. I would prefer we use this. I was also able, kindly show us the ampersand, please. So I show, no, you guys are, now we have, if for example, they have told us now we have a lift. Why would you want us to use a staircase? If there is a lift, unless you want to cut, maybe you want to cut weight. So let me show you, maybe you want to cut weight. So if you want to use this ampersand, then what you will do, you will come and say equals, right? Pick Joshua here, right? And then you take the ampersand, like that. So say comma, introduce now your space. So we have this space. We have space in between, which has to be held within those quotation marks. You say comma, but now this space, remember, it has to be connected to what? To the second name. So you must bring the ampersand again. So you bring the ampersand like that, and then you place Aura now there. All right, and then now automatically we found a typo in your formula and try to correct it. There must be something that I missed out. So say yes there. So you'll be able to get that Joshua Aura there, right? I can repeat this again. Equals, I don't like that ampersand thing because it has been overtaken by events. So in this case here, we are bringing the first string, which is that, right? So then I'll be able to say here, ampersand. So we say in this case here, comma, then we have in this case here our whatever, open quotations. We have in this case here space, close quotations. We have a comma, and then we have our ampersand. The ampersand is this one here. And then now we should be able to have what here? Aura, like that. Great. Anything I've missed out? Let me see here, perhaps, okay. So when I say enter there, ampersand I16, do you want to accept this correction? I think I followed this 100%, but because I hate it and it knows that I hate it with a passion, it is giving me a correction procedure, but that is okay. I suppose we should just use concatenation throughout. So can I go to something different? Text split, I'll come to text split. Yeah, I'll come text split later on, especially when I'll be teaching you the Power Query. I'll come to the text split, so don't worry. Now, simple things. You'll get to an interview where, for example, you are given something like this. This is a German word, which I'm so sure there is nobody who can pronounce this. This one is a German word that nobody can pronounce. Nobody can be able to pronounce this. So then they want you, for example, let me start with the upper lower, uppercase. So you see like now this Doppler whatever, it's mixed with small case letters and uppercase letters, capital letters. So if somebody, for example, tells you, for example, tells you to come and write everything here in small or uppercase letters, capital letters, you'll simply come and say equals, and then you say upper like that. And then what is the text? You give it the text. And then you say enter. It gives you everything in capital letters. If, for example, you want to have everything here in small letters, you will come and say equals. You say lowercase. And then, of course, you take the lower up. The text itself is there. You pick the text. You say enter. If you would want, for example, the same word, ladies and gentlemen, but now this time around proper, where the whole word starts with a capital letter and every other word is small letter, every other word is small letter, then what you will do is to come here and they say proper things, proper. So proper has come up, and then I'll be able to pick on the word like that. And then you say text. So you can be able to see the Doppler whatever. D is capital and every other thing is small. You guys practice using your own Excel sheet. Practice, you can come and write, for example, like this. You can write, for example, Joshua like this, and then you put caps lock like that, and then you practice here. You practice. So you come and tell us, for example, now I would want to write Joshua in everything capital. So what I will do, I'll come and type there upper. So upper is coming up. Pick the text. The text is coming up. You say like that. If I would want to write everything of Joshua in small letters, we call them lower. We call them lower. So you come and pick the string like that. You say enter. If I would want to write this Joshua, but now in a proper form, so in this case here, we shall come and say proper. So proper is there, it's coming up. So I come and highlight Joshua there, say enter. So you can see now Joshua has been written in a proper way, starting with capital J and every other letter is small. Can somebody in this case here confirm to me that they have understood this concept? We move on to something different. Is there somebody who can confirm to me that we have understood this concept? We move to something different. Yes, kaboom. It may look small, but very important for you. Very important for you. Hey, you students, accountants will be doing later BDA. This is very important. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. So then the other thing that normally gives students some kind of is this. So you will get something like this, and then somebody wants you, for example, out of this Doppler whatever, you extract 3 letters. You extract this word called DOP from DOP. This is very easy. I'll count 3 letters from the left. Very easy. I'll come and say equals, and then I say left. A very important thing. Left. I can see it is here. Returns the specified number of characters from the start of a text string. Left. So when I pick it up, it gives me, of course, in this case here, the strings. What I need to, so like now they want me first to select the text like that. And then the number of characters, I want only 3. So after comma, I say 3. And then I say enter. It is giving me the first 3 letters. The word there is DOP. All right, DOP. Very, very important, very important for you to start learning these things this early, because what will happen, we shall be having many things here, like, for example, you'll be having like Josh. You'll be having here like Josh. You'll be having here, for example, like Mary. My mother is called Mary. You'll be having another one here, for example, Matilda. You'll be having another one, for example, here like Rispa. You'll be having another one here, for example, like Naomi. It cannot be a balanced equation if we don't have a boy called Martin. So for some reason, you may want to extract, maybe you want to start emails or whatever, you may want to extract like just 2 letters out of these words here, out of these words. So you'll come and say here equals, so you want to extract the first 2 letters. So from the left side, just how many characters? 2 like that. 2 like that. And then once you extract like that, did I say text? No. So text Joshua, and then I say 2 like that. And then I should be able to say what they are, enter. All right. All right. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would want you to use your own examples to try the extraction. You try the extraction. Your own examples, you try the extraction. Like now you can see here, sorry, I think I moved a bit fast there. Control Z. So after I extracted here JO, I came and used the angry rabbit here. It's called angry rabbit. You know, kuna hot air plus, and there is the angry rabbit that you put at this filling, autofill. Once you put it here, it's an angry rabbit, can drop free fall. You simply double click on it. Angry rabbit, quite ugly. It's a black thing, but very, very special for filling up cells down very fast. Very fast. So is there somebody who has been able to practice this thing, or you guys are there eating when I'm teaching very serious things? You know, some people here know how to multitask. You may get somebody seriously eating a very hot ugali, and here I am. So this guy cannot even type anything, cannot even type nothing. Use your own. You know, I don't have to give you Excel sheets every time because I also want you to develop your typing skills. I don't have to give you like Excel sheets every time. No, 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 no. Left, picking numbers on the 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 left. Umi, thank you so much. Thomas, great, great. Picking numbers on the left, thanks, Evelyn. Great. I'm not seeing anybody asking a question like repeat. Yeah, great. Ndani, great. Dan, leo class ni mteremko. Class yangu itakuwa mteremko throughout. You'll be surprised. You know, I'm gonna let down and watch videos up front. But again, I cannot blame you because accountants are busy people. They are busy people. Repeat, I'll repeat because of HP. When they want me, for example, in this second, somebody may tell me, you know what? I want a doppel, the word doppel. Doppel is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want doppel. So for doppel, then I'll come and say, yeah, because there are 6, I'll come and say from the left. I'm counting from the left. So from the left, I say left. So I'm counting, this is, you see like left text. Text is here, doppel. And then I should be able to come and say, yeah, comma, number of characters, 6 of them. Enter, doppel. If, for example, I want to count from the word, from the right, for example, you want this tribe. What I need to know, how many letters do we have from the right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll come and say from the right. Now I'm counting this from the right. Now I'm counting this from the right. So text is this one here from the beginning. And then I say from the right, how many are they? 6. Then I'll be able to extract the, I counted wrongly. I should have said 7. Thanks, Glide. But already the concept is home. Already the concept is home. Already the concept is home. Already the concept is home, like that. So then I've done left and right. Separating them, I'll come back to that, Mary. Thank you very much. I'll come back to that. Don't worry. I have everything on the road in my roadmap for you. How is it applicable? We will come to that. Don't worry. I use this as an accountant every day at my workplace. You'll be surprised. Every day. Like when, for example, I want to extract, like I want to just pick, like if I have 525,000, 675,000. I just want to take these 675 out of those thousands, right? So don't worry, I'll come back to that. Now come here, mid. If, for example, I want to get this, couplings, which happens to be at the middle. So I'll come and say equals mid, and then I'll be able to pick the mid there. The text is like that. So it is asking me the starting number. So you must know the starting number. The starting number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I want from couple, isn't it? So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the starting letter is letter 7. The starting letter is letter 7. Is letter 7. The starting letter there is letter 7. You say comma, right? And then the number of characters. So from here, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't mind whether I'm wrong. If I'm wrong in terms of counting numbers, so what? So long as the point is at home. I already have it here. It's couplings. So I've been able to select a word from the middle. Maybe I'll come back to that. Please don't ask so many questions for now. Concentrate on what I'm teaching you for now. Concentrate on what I'm teaching you for now. You'll forget so many things. You'll forget so many things. I'll give you a whole 2 hours to ask questions, especially when you come for the graduation on Saturday. So for now, all of us, have we known how to extract this middle name? Have we known how to extract the middle name? Have we known how to extract the middle name, all of us? Middle name. Thank you so much. I repeat, okay. I repeat, okay. So I'll come and say equals. You see, like, for example, let me just even use this one here. Let me see here. For example, in this word, Martin, I may want to extract ART, at alone. So I'll come and say equals. I say mid, So mid like that. The text itself is Martin. I'm following this string, comma. The start, I'm starting from at, which is number 2, 1, 2. So the start there is 2, the starting number 2. And then number of characters in at. How many characters do we have? 1, 2, 3. You say 3, like that. You close, you say enter. At is there. All right. All right. I believe I've given you some quite a nice thing, which will make me now straight away go to the next concept. Are we ready for the next concept? Are we ready for the next concept? Are we ready for the next concept? Thank you, and thank you very much. Great, great. Please move my, I want to go there to do something on the board. Great, thank you so much. So now I'm moving to the whiteboard because what I'm going to do next is so important that first of all, I have to demonstrate on the whiteboard. On the whiteboard. Great, great. Now, you know, ultimately, when you are doing this Excel, you are doing BDA, ultimately, you will be required here to become a financial modeler. And when you do financial modeling, like myself, normally, one of our duties, like whenever we go for these mergers and acquisitions, consultancies, we are required to value organizations. Somebody wants to acquire company A. How do you acquire company A? You need some value. You need some value to peg your price on. So then how do we do farm valuation? We normally look at cash flows and then we discount them. We discount them. So I would want to take this opportunity to remind ourselves, how do we normally discount? And today I would want to start with irregular cash flows. So if, for example, you are given cash flows, I want to acquire RCM Online College. RCM Online College. This being the biggest college in town, in East Africa, actually, CPA college. To sell it, this is what we shall do. We shall look at, for example, from today, end of the first year, how much shall we receive in form of cash flows? In form of cash flows. So first year, for example, we talk of 20 million. Second year, 25 million. Third year, for example, we have 30 million like that. And then we have what we call the 𝐂𝐸. 𝐂𝐸 is the cost of capital. So I'm showing you how to do this on the board, and then I'll show you how to do it easily in Excel, including IRR, etc. So 𝐂𝐸 stands for cost of capital. So if the cost of capital is 10%, we want you to determine the present value of RCM Online College for purposes of being bought out as directors. Give us the present value of RCM Online College. It's very easy. What you need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to come and create a column of PVIF. PVIF stands for present value interest factor. PVIF stands for present value interest factor. I would want to see whether there is any student here who is able to remember the PVIF formula. Is there anybody who is able to remember the PVIF formula? Anybody who is able to remember the PVIF formula? Anybody who is able to remember the PVIF formula? Isaboke says yes. You shall be using this in practical. We can use the tables, yes, but I want the formula because I have Excel. I'll not be using the tables. Thank you so much. So somebody has reminded us that the PVIF is 1 plus R raised to negative N. Present value interest factor is 1 plus R raised to negative N. All right. So then very fast, remember R is the required return, is the cost of capital. So what you're telling me is to come and say 1 plus 10%. 1 plus 10%. 1 plus 10%. 10% is the same as 0.1. 10% is the same as 0.1. So please go ahead and raise this to -1. -1. N is the time. This becomes -2. This becomes -3. So could you kindly give me these figures in 4 decimal places? Is there somebody who can really fast track these? Give me the figures in 4 decimal places. Give me these figures in 4 decimal places. Is there anybody who can fast track these? Give me these figures in 4 decimal places. I liked today's iTax class. Was very powerful. iTax class, we have brought in an individual who works for KRA to simply come and show you guys practical concepts. And the students were very happy, right? Actually, you guys, you are in very safe hands. There are very few lecturers nowadays who can teach you the practical side of this field. Now here we are teaching the practical side of this field at very reasonable rates. Very reasonable rates. You just need to join us immediately. Remember, we are RCM Online College, and this is our number. If you want to join the practical courses, practical accountancy, you simply call us 07-19-525,000. If you want our CPA classes, our business data analytics classes, you simply give us a call, and we have got really a serious solution, a serious platform for studying online. Classes are physical, sasa zimepita wakati. Sasa hizi za online ndizo ziko juu. Aya, thank you so much. Please, that was a commercial break. Could you kindly give me this figure very fast? Give me this figure very fast. Give me this figure very fast. 0.1991. I hope you guys have calculators, but use Excel. Use Excel. 0.1991. So you come and give me the second one. The second one. What of account? I don't know what you mean with the ACC. 0.8264. 0.8264. And then lastly, Baraza, maybe you could just write your question nicely there. The last one is 7513. Thank you so much. I'm now showing you the practical aspects, which most of you will come and remember Mwalimu after some time. So please come and give me the discounted cash flows. Discounted cash flows, you are taking this cash flow multiplied by the discounting factor multiplied by the PVIF. These discounted cash flows, you can give it to me in even 2 decimal places. 2 decimal places. So 2 decimal places, what do we have here? 20 times this, what figure are we getting? Somebody, Nimrod, 18.19, 18.19. How about 25 times the second one? 25 times the second one. How about 25 times the second one? 1818, I don't know. They're telling me no, Mwalimu use 1818. Thank you. 2066, 2066. And then now we have the last one. The last one is 2254. 2254. And then now the discounted cash flows can be added directly. Discounted cash flows can be added directly. Discounted cash flows can be added directly. You add the discounted cash flows directly, 61, 68. So this is the value of RCM Online College. If you give me this kind of millions upfront today, I run away and leave the college for you. 61 point. If you give them to me in cash, if it's cash, if it's Danish Turkey, if you give this to me in cash today, I'll be able to give you the college right away. I run away with an understanding that I'll not start any college in the next, say, 10 years for you to benefit like that. So the thing is, then how do we do now this thing in Excel? In Excel, how do we do this thing in Excel? Great, a great concept here. So please get your Excel new worksheets. I'm gonna straight away land on my Excel worksheet to show you practically how we get this net present value. I'm not accessing Mwalimu's screen, but Rose, are you able to see Mwalimu? Rose, are you able to see Mwalimu? Amenyoa kabisa. Rose, are you able to see Mwalimu? Rose, unless you have a problem. Perhaps Rose alifungua Excel ikakava. What you need to do is to go back to Zoom. Just go back to Zoom. Hit that Zoom thing. I'm so sure you are seeing your Excel because you have opened an Excel, but that is where we are going. But you need to know how to change between the Zoom screen and your screen. You need to know how to change. Thank you. Just a minute. Continue. Great. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. At least now the thing is recording. This is so important for you. You as young stars who are joining the industry. Who are joining the industry. Now, I'll even put a new Excel. New Excel. So remember, we had our present values. We had year. We had year 1, year 2, year 3. All right. So is there somebody who can remember the cash flows that we had? I'm not able to remember them, but I can remember we had a 20 here. We had 25, and then we had 30. And then we had the cork. We had the cork, cost of capital here. Is that true? Is that true that the cost of capital was also 10%? Cost of capital was 10%. 20, 25, 30. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Then what I need to do is to come and create a column here for PVIF. I will come and create a column here for PVIF, present value interest factor. And then what I will do, I know the formula that you guys gave me. You told me that this is an open bracket. You told me it is 1 plus 10%. I don't have to type 10%. I can come and pick it from here. Now, I would want a right thinking member of this classroom to make some observation. I don't know even what observation I want you guys to think about, but just somebody who is able to see some insights very fast and talk to me tonight, and talk to me tonight, and talk to me tonight. Is there anybody who is able to make some observation and talk to me tonight? That this 10% is going to be used consistently. It is a constant. It is a constant which will be replicating itself year to year. And if it's a constant, thank you very much. I can see I've got so many right thinking members here. So if it's a constant thing, could you kindly tell me then, what do I need to do with it? If it's a constant thing, what do I need to do with it? You can see lock 10%, use F4. You guys are geniuses. You guys are geniuses. You guys are geniuses. I'm so lucky to be your teacher. So in this case here, use F4. When I use F4, then I'm able to see here $, unatega. So then come here and close bracket, and then you say raised. So raised to equal on top of number 6, so it has to be shift raised. So raised to negative, don't say -1. because you would want this thing to run down. So come and pick this one there, pick one there, and then say Control Enter. When you say Control Enter, now at the corner here, use the angry rabbit, the black one. Sio hii hot air. Unajua kuna two pluses. Hii plus, imagine white kubwa ni bure sana. Kazi yake ni kuhighlight tu. Lakini this one here out of it iko na mambo mengi. So hii nitakuja niseme tata, nikifanya namna hiyo tu na click ama na drag down na nipatia answers in whichever decimal places. If I want to scale down on these decimal places, if I want to scale down on the decimal places, zikuwe exactly 4, I know the decimal place reduction, I know. Decrease decimal, I can even decrease them to whatever. I can come and increase them. Excel is beautiful like that. And then now I'll come and write here discounted cash flows. Discounted cash flows. So discounted cash flows, I'll come and pick this. I say times this. I say Control Enter. Then when I'm here, I should be able to do what here? I should be able to angry rabbit, say tata. It goes down nicely. Excel is beautiful. Excel is so beautiful that you can't even get any lady who can defeat this thing in beauty. No, that's just an icebreaker so that people don't be very serious. Life does not want people who are very serious. Life wants people who are jokers like me. Great, great. So after that, then I'll be able to come and get what here? The total discounted cash flow. Total discounted cash flow. Laptop yangu nataka kukata moto. Total discounted cash flow. So is there somebody who knows the shortcut of getting the total? Is there somebody who knows that this shortcut of getting the total, the sum there? Is there anybody who knows the shortcut of getting the sum there? Anybody who knows the shortcut of getting the sum there? It's very easy. You come and say Alt equals like that. So nikija hapa, I'm holding on to Alt, and then I say equals at once, and then Enter. Is there somebody who is able to remember this present value? This is what we call the total present value. Is there somebody who is able to remember this total present value? Is there somebody who is able to remember this total present value that you got on board? Anybody who is able to remember this total present value that you got on board? Thank you so much. What I do not know is whether there is anybody who has been able to repeat this thing on their own using Excel. Is there anybody who has been able to repeat this thing on their own using Excel? Mary is on top of the moon. Up there, I can see Administrator done and dusted. Thank you so much, Administrator Dan. Irene, yes. Mona, yes. Nima, yes. Dancing there, flying low. I don't know. Repeat hapo kwa low, kindly. I'll repeat mteremko. Class ya leo ni mteremko. Class ya leo ni mteremko. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So then I would want to repeat on this thing of locking up. Rudia, yes. Repeat hapo kwa PVIF. So kwanza ni repeat hapo kwa price. I mean kwa constant. If for example, I am selling a product here for a price of 10 bob, and then I've got quantities in various years, quantity. So come here 2021, 2022, 2023. All right. So here, then we have 24. Here we have 45. Here we have 56, like that. But you see, price is not changing. Price is the same. So should somebody come and tell me, hey, you know what? I want you to give us revenue. So is there somebody who can remind us how formula of revenue looks like? Revenue equals who? Revenue equals who? Revenue equals who? Yeah, revenue equals who? These guys are not talking to me. These guys are not talking to me. Revenue equals price times quantity. Thank you so much. So you'll get a student coming and telling you that now pick the price which is here for the first year. You can see I've started with equals. I began with equals. I picked the price here, which is 10 times the first quantity. And then these students are very nice. They always smile as if they have discovered something nice. And then when it comes here, they'll come and drag this, and then they'll get zeros. They'll get zeros. They get zeros in their exams when they're doing their BDA in 𝐂𝐈𝐅𝐀 Towers. They get zeros kwenda chini na value error. Mwanafunzi anafungua macho yote karibu toke nje na time inakimbia. Yeye anafungua macho paka unamshangaa. Yeye hakujua, unajua makosa amefanya hapa ni gani? If I come here and I say F2 to display the formula. You see, I wanted this 45 to be multiplied with what here? To be multiplied with this 10. But you see in the formula, Excel went down one step. That is a natural thing of Excel. It goes down one step. It goes down one. It is a dynamic thing. It goes down one step. So it moved from 24 to 45 one step, and also here it moved down. And so it took this 45 times this 0. That's why it got 0 there. So if I had wanted to do this thing nicely, this is how I should have done this thing. I should have come here and said equals. I pick the price is going to be constantly used for all these quantities. So it has to be locked with F4. Some Excels don't have, some Excels, in this case here, do not have what here? Some Excels don't have, some Excels, in this case here, don't have that F4 function. And as in you try pressing F4, inaongeza mwangaza. Mwangaza na kuchoma. Hiyo ni laptop anyway. Ikiwa hiyo ndio laptop yako, lazima ufinye function. Lazima ufinye function alafu F4. Function, you hold on to it down. Sasa tuendelee mbele, ukuje useme hapa shift times this quantity. Now I can easily say like that, and then I can come and drag this out of field. That gives me everything. That is the essence of locking. If you don't know how to lock, you can never become a financial modeler. If there is anything that you should really work so hard with to understand, is this locking of cells. When should I lock cells? When should I lock cells? So the students who told me to repeat this concept of locking, when I came here, this is what I did. This is what I did. And by the way, as I teach you, as we move along, I expect now you guys to become proficient in Excel. Like for example, if I want to remove column F, if I want to get rid of column F, who remembers the shortcut of striking off a column like lightning and it disappears forever? Who remembers that shortcut? Instead of even using delete, I want to strike off F permanently. Thank you so much. I'll highlight it and then I'll come and say here control minus. Again, I want to eliminate F, control minus. If I want to eliminate like so many of them at the same time, I'll come and highlight H, hold on to control. I'm holding on control permanently. So I'll come and now holding on control permanently, I'm highlighting. You can see it's highlighting all of them as I wish. I can even continue. I'm still holding on to control. And then when all of them are highlighted like that, I'll say control minus. I do away with all of them. I do away with all of them. These are some of the things I expect you guys to be understanding. Please, mwanafunzi wangu mwenye nimefunza. Kama the other day, let me tell you again something here. I have a funny boss. Sijui kama ni Excel na ni mzungu. Sijui kama ni Excel ataka kujua, lakini nafikiri age imecatch up. So mimi nampatanga akisema ati equals, anaanza kusema equals, anachukua hii kama yakitaka kuadd. Anasema this ati plus. Anasema hivi. Plus. Alafu anasema enter. Hii pia ni mwerevu kidogo, so nimepata 6, ni mwerevu kidogo sababu hii nyingine hatafanya kuadd moja. Hii anajua at least atakuja afanye autofill, atasongesha namna hii. Unaona? Akisongesha amecopy formula inamuadia. Lakini mimi namwangalia na shindo jamaa kwanza hii kazi alipata aje? Hata kama ni mzungu. Alipata aje? Namwambia pana, please. When you want to add, please my boss. When you want to add this thing, please my boss. Next time, you simply come and say alt equals. And then when you say alt equals, don't say enter. You want to move to the next cell. When you want to move to the cell on the right, just like a soldier, when you want to move to the cell on the right, you say tab. And once you have now moved the cell on the right, you'll come and say control R. That's how professional now you look when you are handling Excel. Control R, control down. right, 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 right. How I wish they had these things that they were trying to practice on their own, like this alt. Because again, and this is something I've seen several, I normally laugh at people. You know me, I'm an Excel. I mean, I love Excel so much, right? So anytime I get somebody who has opened an Excel at the workplace or wherever, I normally have a look at what they are doing and I laugh. And then I laugh at them loudly. Like I told you yesterday, unakuta jamaa atasema imeandikwa hivi. Unaona? Ingine imekuja ikaandikwa in overflow, word in overflow. Alafu ni mingi, ni mingi. So unaweza kupata jamaa, ninakwambia kuna maajabu dunia. Hii dunia, watu wajui Excel, na ni accountants. So unapata jamaa si anataka hiki itoshe, anataka ilete itoshe. So unapata jamaa anakuja hapa juu, analenga. Akilenga, anaanza anapanua pole pole hivi, ati hivi. Unamwambia hapana, nekewe. Highlight the whole sheet by saying Control A. Now, once you have highlighted the whole sheet by saying Control A, if you want all these words to fit at once, go to any place in between here. Any place, it can be here, can be between A and B, can be between B and C, any place. And then once you have put your thing up there, double click. Now all the words fit. So please nisikakuja kazini kwako nipate unapanua hata kamoja. Iko mwanafunzi anafanyanga hiyo kitu kweli kazini kwao, ni kuchekelea kidogo, si mbaya. Iko mwanafunzi anafanya kitu kama hiyo. Mimi nafikiri sio nyinyi, hapana. Wengine jana waliambia wanafanya. We shall overcome. Okay, now we want to go back to what I was teaching. Inaongeza light. Tumia F4. Tumia function F4. Function F4. We shall overcome. Hakuna kupanua tena. That is the thing, yes. Hiyo kitu tumalize na huyo si mwanafunzi wa RCM online college. Huyo si mwanafunzi wa RCM online college. And then the other thing, as I go back to whatever questions you guys are asking, yes, could repeat many columns. As I go back to what many of you are asking, if, for example, you want to delete like column D, E, F, or just column D and F, what you do, you highlight the columns you want to delete. How do you highlight them? So you are controlling here. Controlling so you can highlight the columns you want. So I've clicked, I've already highlighted D. Then I press Control. I go to F, I want to delete F. I want to delete H like that. And then I should be able to come and say Control Deduct, Control Subtract. So Control Subtract like that. They disappear at once, all of them. So I hope I've answered that. Is there any question that... Oh, Marianne is trying to answer the question ya moja moja. Niko chonjo sasa. Thank you so much. Are there questions that I haven't seen? Power is shift, yes, shift 6. Thank you, Veronica Ngeno. Thank you very much. Could delete, okay. Great, thank you so much. So then I can come, ladies and gentlemen, here. Because turudi kwa hii hapa. Is that part of class? I don't know. Yes. It's part of class, yes. It's part of class. If you look at the syllabus that I gave you, it has all those things. I cannot teach outside the syllabus. But the most important thing is that by the time I'm finishing this thing, you guys should be excellent. So then I want to use this particular question here to repeat on some questions that you guys have asked. So for example, if I've got these cash flows, they've given me the interest rate here, which is what here, 10%. And then they want me to come and give them the PVs first. So like now I don't want this row. I hate this row. So I'll come and highlight the whole of it. I say Control minus. It goes. So I'm left with PVF. So to get PVF, what do? I know the formula. I will come and say equals. I must always start, even if you don't understand Excel so much, at least you know one thing, that you must always start with equals. Ukienda kama kazi kesho, ukiulizwa about Excel, we mwambie I may not know so much about Excel, but I know for me to start with any formula, any functionality there, I must start with equals. People will think you're a genius. So then remember now the formula. The formula we are using here is 1. So I must say into bracket. So it is 1 plus 10%. Don't use 10%. Don't write 10% here. Use the formula 10%. But you see this 10% cell there, I don't expect it to be changing. It's a constant thing. So, and if it's a constant thing, how do I prevent it from moving? I'll press F4. If you press F4 and you realize these dollars are not adding up, then you could decide to press function F4. There is a function there. It's called escape there. You can come and say function, and then you press F with a 4. F with a 4. Ikikataa pia ina shida. Excel iko na many ways. Excel is a beautiful thing. Come and say equals, open bracket. So we have 1 plus, you pick this. And then come and add now the dollar manually. You can add the dollar manually. You can come and say shift 4. The dollar comes there. You say here before this 4, in between there, in between here, you say shift dollar. You can add them manually. And then come here and close bracket. Remember, you're supposed to raise. You say shift 6. Don't forget to say minus that formula. Minus the time period there, which is 0. Minus 0 like that. Minus n. Minus n. And then if I'm the one doing this, I'll say control, enter, so that I leave this thing still downward here, highlighted. And then I should be able to come here and take this to Matuine. Matuine is a German word for heaven, heaven, to the end, to the end, to the end. So now are we together? I'm repeating this because of the students who ask questions. Because of the students who ask questions. Yes. Sorry, again. Lisa, I can't see your question. I'm only seeing again, please. Lisa. Okay, I got it. Thanks, Paul. Thank you. Thank you. Now, after that, ladies and gentlemen, come and give me what we call the DCFs, the discounted cash flows. So how do I get discounted cash flows? Say equals, you pick now this one, you say times 1. Then you say control, enter. And then your work. Fozia, are you a Kikuyu? Great. How did you know that, Fozia? You. So that is it. Once I have discounted cash flows, I can come and add them. How do I add them? It's Alt equals. Control, enter, like that. Then I have an NPV here, which is negative. This one is net present value because there is time 0. There's the initial outlay. So what I don't know is whether there is anybody who has been able to copy this table and they have tried doing it with me. Tried doing it with me. Anybody who has been able to copy this table and tried doing it with me. And today we have learned so many things. If you don't practice like immediately, trust you me, you will really be left behind. And all this will be going to your financial statement because I have to show you. Like, for example, you are given an embedded cash flow, embedded financial instruments. How do you break it down using this thing? Because at the end of the day, I'm doing all these exercises with an interest in how do you do financial reports using Excel? Using Excel. Great. No, Mary, this is something that is I can't share this. Annabelle, I can't share this. Just writing their cash flow times 0, time 1. Don't tell me that I'm teaching lazy students. Their sheets I'll be sharing with you. Their sheets I expect you guys to type very fast. No, Alpha, you cannot. As much as I'm a profit maximizing company, and I would want you to do so many papers at the same time, you can't combine BDA with AFM, not unless you're doing AFM alone and you would want to become so good at BDA. But if you've got other papers like AFM, AFR, leadership, please finish them first, and then you come to BDA as an exit paper. But because of the technicality, this paper is a heavy. This paper is a heavy paper, BDA. Because of the technicality, if you're doing AFM alone, you can combine it with BDA. BDA, we charge 8,000. We charge 8,000. You need to pay for BDA. If you are doing AFM alone and you feel that you've got a lot of time, you can come and start doing the BDA. But remember, you can't do an exam. You'll do the exams next semester after you clear that AFM. 𝐂𝐈𝐅𝐀 cannot allow you. You are just doing it in advance to prepare yourself in advance. Great. And then please don't forget our pay bill number is 6242. Our pay bill number, please write it down. Let me write it down for you here, and then we see whether we can use some Excel on it. Our pay bill number is 6242 839. 839. That's our pay bill number. Account number, basically you're writing the subjects that you're doing, the subjects. Like I'm doing BDA, I'm doing AFM, I'm doing leadership, etc. like that. Great. So is there somebody who has been able to get this? These guys are not talking to me. These guys are not talking to me. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So remember, like our BDA class is the biggest, like last semester BDA, we had 250 students. And the total number of students who were sitting for 𝐂𝐈𝐅𝐀 exams, they were about 500. So we commanded 50% of the market. And really that's what is happening, not because of anything else. It's because of the quality that you are giving students. And of course, because of how friendly we are. You know, ukipata umekosana Dr. Aura, as a student, you have a problem. Mimi siwezi kosana mtu yote. Hata nikosana bibi yangu leo, bibi ndiye akona makosa. Mimi siwezi kuwa na makosa. We are that friendly. Niko na bibi hapa anacheka sana. Inafaa niwaonyeshe kamera, lakini ni mwoga, acha tumwache. Great. So sasa wewe niambie kwanza, kabla tuende mambo ya bibi, kabla karibu Zoom. Kabla tuende hapo, sasa niambie kwanza, wewe umesharudia ukapata hii figure, ukapata hii figure. Is anybody who has been able to do this? Akapata hii figure, akapata hii figure, akapata hii figure, akapata hii figure. I'm not getting PVIF. One last time, I repeat PVIF. One last time. I love that. That must be a very courteous student. PVIF. I don't know whether you guys remember the formula of PVIF. PVIF formula is 1 plus R. 1 plus R. And then we have in this case here, this one here. And then now we have raised to. Raised is this button on top of number 6. Raised to negative n. Negative n. So then when I come here very fast, 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 to get the discounted cash flows, I will come and say here equals, I must start with the equals, open brackets, we have here 1 plus R. R is this interest rate, which has to be fixed to the dollars. If you have a good Excel, you should be able to say F4. Then you close. And then you say shift 6. Usikasahau kuweka minus ile ya ku discount. Work with this. Don't say raise to 0. Don't say you work with this 0 like that. Then we have control, enter. Then now you come and squeeze this thing like that. And then you come and create discounted. So the cash flows are discounted. So equals. So discounted cash flows is like this times this one. Then you say control, enter. And then now you can pull this out of fill. I wish 𝐂𝐈𝐼𝐀 can do this thing just once and for all. They do like what 𝐂𝐶CA has done. 𝐂𝐶CA, we don't teach using whiteboard at all. 𝐂𝐶CA nowadays, we teach using Excel 100%. Even the exams, they use Excel 100%. Be it financial reporting, advanced financial management. I think that should be the way to go for all accountants, really, because now the world wants us to do what here to know these things extensively. You can imagine if you are shown now how to do this when you are in FR or FM, it would have been very easy. So now, ladies and gentlemen, this is not what I came to show you here tonight. This is not what I came to show you here tonight. If, for example, you have this kind of information, allow me to rub all this. If you have this kind of information, you should be able to get NPV direct by using NPV function. So equals NPV. So the rate is 10%. When I'm using the NPV, I don't have to lock. It knows it. So the values, so I'm picking value from value 1. You can see value 1. So you pick them from value 1. You pick this, you highlight all this. And then they are telling you to close bracket. And then you come and they say plus the initial outlay, you treat it independently. Then you say enter. You can see it is coming here as negative Kenya shillings. You can do away with that money, 66.82, which is very similar to what we had obtained using the long formula, So you can use NPV functionality directly. You can use NPV functionality directly. You can use NPV functionality directly, and then you get it. Thanks, Masinjoki, Fozia. I believe you guys are using this Excel. We're almost finishing. We're almost finishing. We're almost finishing. I repeat, I will be able to repeat. I repeat, but I would want to see whether there are students who are dancing. Those students who are going to have omena for dinner. Watu wa cabbages msidance hapa. Is a very powerful thing. Glide, when umesema ukweli, Excel is a very powerful thing. Excel is a very powerful thing. Very powerful. Now I know. Great. I'll repeat. Yes, Kimathi, I will repeat. Learning everything. You learn so many things, especially if you had the energy to watch those videos. And then we agree as a class, all of us are watching videos before coming to any class. You'll be surprised, like now within an hour, it gives me 16 instead of 6. I don't know why. I'll be able to repeat. Thanks, Aisha. You watch videos. Enjoyable, yes. I didn't know there's an NPV function. Excel has everything. There is nothing which Excel doesn't have. You know, like most of these insurance companies, I'm their lead consultant in terms of IFRS 17. And you're able to value really great things. You're able to come up with financial reporting model where I work, and Excel is a beautiful thing. But now the problem is that most of you don't want assistance. When I give you videos and I want, like now I should be showing you how do we model some things here, not to teach you these simple things which are found in the videos. These things are found in the videos. So I want to give you all the 12 videos. You ensure you watch them. Burn that midnight oil. This thing will give you a very big job. One day, let me ask you a question. Is there, apart from Rani confirmed yesterday, Veronica confirmed yesterday, apart from Veronica, is there anybody here, anyone else who has ever been disappointed, who has ever lost an opportunity in an organization simply because they failed an interview where they were required to use advanced Excel? Please be very honest with me. They were required to use advanced Excel and you could not really get through because your Excel skills were quite wanting, especially senior positions like CFO. Nobody will be able to give you a job At that level, you're not good in Excel. Nobody. If you look up, you can see me. Orenyo, sorry. You see. Guilty as charged. So, and that is when ukiona kasirika kidogo nawambia angalia video, mimi najua tuko wengi, mimi najua sana. Hata kama hujaanguka, utaanguka sababu ya Excel, but uzuri utakuwa ushajua sasa. Alafu the aptitude test. Kwanza kwa NGO lazima wakupatie Excel. NGO world wanapenda Excel sana. So remember here, what are we doing? Tunaanza na equals, tunasema net present value. So this net present value, it is up to the rate. The rate is here. It is 10%. So you say comma. Remember they are guiding you here. It's value 1 all the way. Don't start from 0. It's value 1 all the way. Value 1 all the way like that. And then you will come here, close bracket. And then you add the initial outlay like that. Now, if they want you, for example, to get IRR, internal rate of return, that rate of return at which a project breaks even, that rate of return at which a project's NPV is 0. So I'll come and say equals IRR. It is here. So I say tab. So here it's very good. They would want you to simply copy all the values. You copy all the values here. IRR, just copy all the values. They're not saying from value 1. You copy all of them. And then you, no, I'm not copying very nicely. You copy all of them. You copy all of them. And then you should be able to come here and lock the thing. And then this thing will be able to tell you IRR automatically. So you don't have like to get 2 net present values. You do blah, blah, blah. So many useless things. Excel is a powerful tool. Very powerful tool, really. Very powerful tool. Very powerful tool. IRR, the internal rate of return. No problem. Edwin, when you get your answer in percentage, if, for example, I have this as 5%, you see this is 5%. You see this is 5%. If you come up here, Edwin, if you come up here and you're not interested with that percentage, you simply come here. If you come here, you'll be able to see this drop down. Just drop it like a general number or just a number. Right? When you click like that, that decimal, the percentages will disappear. The percentage will disappear. That's how you convert from general to number to currency. Like later on, I'll be showing you how to kill these currencies, how to introduce dollars, etc, 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 etc. Repeat IRR. Very easy. So the IRR, ladies and gentlemen, what I do, I'll come here and say equals internal rate of return. I can see the IRR is here. Just come and pick all the values. Pick all of them. Pick all of them. Like that. You enter. You get that 5%. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've done justice to today's session. I don't think I owe anybody anything. I would want to run away. But of course, ensure that you guys get to watch the videos that now shall be sent. So that if you look at that course outline that we sent to you, the course outline, like today I've done so many things in that course outline. And I'll need all those skills for purposes of doing what we call financial reporting mapping. So please, lastly, as I disappear, I would want to encourage you to become great ambassadors of RCM Online College. Give out our numbers. Please give us students. Give us students. You'll go to some colleges. I'm not really narrating them, where, for example, they're teaching one paper only twice. No, as you are very dedicated, you'll be surprised. Give us students. Give out our number there of 0719 525,000. 0719 525,000. That's our number. And I would want to take this opportunity to wish all of you success. Yes, we do. NPV formula. Mary, now you will get this video. You will get this video. Best college. Thank you very much. So you'll get this video, Mary, because now I've signed off. Harder to show your brand because there are so many RCMs. You know, RCM, there are so many guys who are trying to imitate us. So many people are trying to imitate us, but Students know the difference. If you go to those RCMs, you'll be surprised. You can't get the numbers that we have. Yeah, so many guys are trying to imitate us because of the kind of work you're doing, like on Facebook, but they cannot match. And we don't want to go suing anybody for whatever trademark. Hata vijana wadogo wanajitafutia, wacha wakule pia. Ile ule anapotea njia anapotea, anakuopea chakula pia wakule, mambo inaendelea. Self-appointed ambassador for RCM. Thanks, Mary. I really needed these trainings. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. You see, I was once a victim of counterfeit. We shall overcome. How do you charge for ACC? It's 10,000 per paper. Where are the videos? Videos are in the paid group. Paid group. The paid group. Thank you so much. You guys have got great questions. But when I try continuing a little bit, I think I don't have that energy. Thank you so much. Watch joining the BDA class for August sitting. You are not late. Join us, Karen. Karibu sana. Karibu sana. Thank you.